Her fingers dug into my arm before I even registered her voice. "Stop faking it!" The crutch vanished from under me, ripped clean from my hand. The floor rushed up, cold and sudden. Laughter followed, low, muffled, amused. Like my pain was a party trick. I didn't lift my head, not yet. The marble tiles tasted of dust and humiliation, and somewhere behind me, someone whispered, "He always exaggerates." I felt every word, every smirk, every step of my wife as she stood above me, the sharp clack of her heels slicing through the birthday chatter around us. Her father watched, pretending discomfort, pretending innocence. The relatives, hers, never mine, watched me like I was a parasite finally peeled off their perfect family portrait. "You're just leeching," she hissed, loud enough for the entire room. "The surgery was months ago. You're fine. You just like the attention." Something inside me shifted, quietly, cleanly. A break, but not in bone, in trust. I pushed my palms against the floor, slow, deliberate. Let them laugh. Let them believe I was weak, dramatic, disposable. Because the footsteps I heard behind them were steady, confident, familiar. My surgeon. His hand landed on her shoulder, gentle, but cold enough to drain the noise from the room. Everyone turned. He spoke 6 words. Not loud, just final. He shouldn't be walking at all. The silence that followed was the kind that eats a room whole. And I realized then, this wasn't the moment everything broke. It was the moment everything began. Humiliation has a sound. For me, it was their laughter echoing long after we left the party. In the car, she didn't speak. She didn't have to. The tension flowed off her like heat. She blamed me for embarrassing her, for making her look cruel, for letting the surgeon speak. I stared out the window, watching streetlights smear into pale lines. She had changed months ago. The distance, the perfume I didn't recognize, the quiet text messages she always deleted, the sudden interest in her father's real estate ventures, even though she always said business bored her. I didn't want to suspect her, but suspicion doesn't care what you want. It grows, it whispers, it claws through silence. The night she worked late, I waited on the couch. When she finally came home, her hair was perfect, her mood strangely light. She kissed my forehead, but not my mouth. She didn't ask about my pain. That was the first night I knew something was wrong. But I stayed quiet. I learned to savor silence. It reveals more truth than questions ever do. And her truth was everywhere. A slip of a name, Adnan, spoken too fondly. A credit card bill charged at a rooftop bar she claimed she'd never been to. Her father's sudden warmth toward her, after years of resentment. Something connected them all. I just didn't have the shape of it. Not yet. I started small. Not confrontation. Observation. Her phone lit up one night at 2 a.m. A message preview, "Tell him soon." The sender hidden. She rolled over, pulling the phone under her pillow. My pulse stayed steady. In the morning, I asked nothing. I made coffee. I smiled. Calmness unsettles liars more than anger. While she showered, I checked her car's dashboard history. Coordinates saved. A private real estate office downtown. Not hers. She didn't work there. But Adnan did. A rising investor. A partner in her father's growing firm. A man who recently bought into a major stock acquisition. One she knew about before I did, even though I was the CEO of the law firm representing the case. She had access to information she shouldn't have, and someone was feeding her. Someone she trusted. Someone she betrayed me with. I contacted a friend who owed me favors, an IT specialist who handled data extraction quietly, without questions. A cloned phone backup, a hidden folder, voicemails, photos, the truth, pixel by pixel. Every night, she came home softer, sweeter, overcompensating. She touched me more, but her eyes drifted when she thought I couldn't see. The truth burned behind her silence. I let it. I wanted it to spread. The evidence arrived on a Thursday. A folder, encrypted, decrypted, opened. There she was, laughing in Adnan's office, her hand on his chest, his arm around her waist. The timestamp from a day she told me she was at a women's networking brunch. Then the audio files. Her voice, soft, familiar, destroying me one sentence at a time. He still thinks I care. The case you mentioned? He'll never see the leak coming. Leak of insider stock acquisition details. From me, for them. I stared at the screen without blinking. Rage didn't come, tears didn't come, only stillness. I printed one page, a single transcript. I waited until dinner. I placed it beside her plate. She read it. Color drained. Fork slipped. You misunderstood. I didn't speak. Words are mercy. Silence is truth. She finally broke first. Please, listen, I didn't. But I already knew everything, and I was done listening. I didn't scream, didn't accuse, didn't hit, didn't beg. I simply slid a second document across the table, a copy of the legal complaint. Insider trading, misuse of privileged information, real estate fraud, stock manipulation, co-conspiracy between her, Adnan, and her father. Her breath caught. You wouldn't. But I already had. Her father's birthday humiliation had been a gift. He gathered everyone in the same place. Cameras, witnesses. Half of them saw her tear the crutch from me. Her character shredded itself. My surgeon corroborated everything, on record. The board would see it, the court would see it, the media would devour it. I stood, steady, without the crutch. I'm done, I said, finally. Not loud, just final. The house felt lighter after she left, screaming, crying, begging in the doorway as the officers guided her out. Her father's call came minutes later, but I let it ring out. I owed him nothing. I sat alone, breathing in the quiet. Pain still rippled through my leg, but it no longer controlled me. She did, until now. Revenge isn't satisfaction. It's clarity. People show you who they are when they think you're too broken to stand. But I did stand, and I walked away. The final thought settled in my mind like cold steel. I wasn't faking the injury, but she was faking everything else.